For those friends in Madame Brigitte's class who don't know me, my name's Miss Athena, and I'm the math teacher for the other three French classes, grade 1 classes. Me and Miss Hutchison are working together as a team, so sometimes you'll get math lessons from me and sometimes you'll get math lessons from her, and we're working together to make sure that you guys are getting some good learning in at home. This is kind of weird. It's weird being at home and talking into my screen just to myself and my dog who's listening, and not being with you guys. But something that is the same is I'm still your teacher, you are still yourselves, and we're still going to do a lot of great math work. So those are three things that are definitely going to stay the same, even though we're in this weird sort of wonky world right now, and you guys are at home and I'm at home. Today, I want to keep it really simple, and we're just going to do sort of number exploration of your own houses. So I went through my house, and I looked everywhere and found a bunch of numbers everywhere. Because no matter where you are, whether you're at school and I come in with my little cart and all my books and my activities, or whether you're at home, because that's where we have to be, either way, math's all around us. If you helped mom or dad cook something, then you were using math to do that. If you were counting for 20 seconds to make sure that you're washing your hands for a long time, then that's math related. Even changing the channel on the remote control for the TV, that's using math. So we're going to look in our houses to see how much math we can find around us and how many numbers we can find. So I want you to find 10 examples. I'm only going to show you 3 because I don't want to show you all the good places where you find all this math in your house. So I'm going to just show you 3. So the first example is of a weight that I found. And so I found the number 12. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to write on my board the number 12. So you can write this on a piece of paper or on your iPad, anywhere really. The next example that I found was in my kitchen, in my pantry. And I found a package of apricots, and it had the number 16 on it. So I'm going to write down the number 16. So for every number you find, I want you to write it down, and I want you to say it out loud. The third number that I found was on the inside of my sunglasses. I went to a pair of sunglasses near the front door, and I found that it has numbers in there too. And so that number that I found was 90, so the number 90. And I'm going to write down 90. So when you find your 10 examples, I want you to think about what they mean. What are they telling you? Are they telling you information? Were they telling somebody else information before it actually came into your house? And I want you to write them down and say them out loud. I only have my 3 examples here, but once you have your 10 examples, what I want you to do with these numbers is I want you to write down not only the numbers that you found, but I want you to write down the number that comes before and the number that comes after. So if I start here with my number 12, the number that comes before the number 12, I'm going to write here. So I'm going to count backwards by 1, and it'll be the number 11. And I'm going to write the number that comes after the number 12. So I'm going to count forwards by 1. I'm going to add 1, and I'm going to write the number 13. Now I'm going to do the same thing for my next 2 numbers. So if I look at my number 16, and I count backwards by 1, so I go back 1, I'm going to write down the number 15. And if I go forwards by 1, if I jump forwards by 1, I'm going to write the number 17. Now my third example was the number 90. So if I know the number 90 and I think backwards by 1, I know that if I was counting backwards from 10, I would get the number 9. So I'm going to use that same trick, and I'm going to go from 90 and count backwards. I know it'll end in the number 9, and I know that 80 comes before 90. So it'll be 89. And if I go forwards by 1 from the number 90, I'm going to get to 91. So when you're done this activity, you're going to have a beautiful piece of paper, the date written on top. We can always write the date. So today's Monday, April 6th. And that's math in itself because it's a measurement of time. So we did some math by just writing the date. And I want you to have 10 examples of numbers that you found in your house. If you find more than 10 and you want to write down more, I'm not going to tell you to stop. You go for as long as you want. I don't want you to go anywhere in your house, though, that you aren't allowed to go without mom and dad. And I don't want you to touch anything in your house that you aren't allowed to touch without mom and dad. So look anywhere that you are normally allowed to look. And if mom and dad are with you doing the activity, then maybe you can look in different places too. And so at the end, you should have 10 numbers written down, and then all the numbers that come before those, and all the numbers that come after those. And that's all for today. So tomorrow I will send something else, and I hope you have some fun with it. A lot of what we need to do at home now is make sure that our bodies are calm and our minds are happy. And so try and have some fun with these activities.